Empires are starting to fall with the speed of FedEx these days. I mean, the Romans lasted for a long time because communications were so bad. It took a couple of years to get out to the edge of the empire to even find out that somebody had lost a battle. Uh, but in my lifetime, I was born in 1931. I've seen the collapse of the Imperial Japanese, of the Nazi, of the Italian empires, of the German, French, Dutch, Portuguese empires, the Soviet Empire. This is quite a few. And if you just extended it on to the 20th century, well, you would get the Chinese Empire, the Ottoman Empire, things of this sort. There is something intrinsically unstable about it that you're risking a very severe collapse. Moreover, military Keynesianism, the military industrial complex, the devotion of massive resources to the military has unintended consequences that we refuse to acknowledge. That we are now spending close to $1 trillion a year, that's 1,000 billion, on our military establishment. This is not the defense appropriation that is published. That's simply the annual appropriation of the Department of Defense. It doesn't include the money spent on nuclear weapons. That's in the Department of Energy. It doesn't include the money spent on Veterans Affairs. That's in the Department of Veterans Affairs, including treating our wounded from Iraq. It doesn't include foreign military aid. That's in the State Department. It doesn't include the actual defense of the country. That's the Department of Homeland Security. Since after 9/11, we've discovered the Department of Defense has nothing to do with defense of the country. It's busying itself with warfare in outer space or some other lucrative, if useless, way to spend money. It all adds up to an unbelievable amount that is, over time, not sustainable. It reminds us of a famous remark by Herbert Stein when he was chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors in Richard Nixon's administration. He rather famously said, "Things that can't go on forever don't." These things can't go on forever, and they're not going to. That is, the American empire could come to an end before this film is over if just one little thing happened. If Saudi Arabia decided that it wanted to be paid for its oil in euros instead of dollars. The agreement with the Saudi Arabians goes back to World War II when they agreed that oil transactions would be priced in dollars. There's no reason to do that anymore. The euro is a much more valuable currency. As an author, I am delighted to have royalties paid in euros. They're more valuable than dollars. And that if the Saudi Arabians simply did that before the evening was over, the American stock exchange would collapse, the backing for the dollar would end, and the dollar would become as useless as it should be in old-fashioned formal economic theory for a country with the world's largest trade deficits, year in, year out. And we would be in the same fix as Germany in 1923, China in 1948, Argentina in 2001 and 2, just a couple of years ago. It's bankruptcy is not funny. It's better than an atomic explosion. But you'll recall that German bankruptcy led at once to the rise of the Nazi Party. Chinese bankruptcy led to the victory of the Chinese Communist Party the following year. It would unleash in this country almost unimaginable pressures, often for revolution.